I put in my Tobago address. Oh yeah. Hello. My Tobago address was recognized by Google. So if you're from Tobago and you're wondering if Tobagonians could get monetized, the answer is yes. I am fully monetized. Okay. So my Google AdSense pin is a pin that is generated by Google, which is mailed and delivered to the address that you have indicated. And when that mail gets to that address and you receive the mail, you can get the pin to put in to complete the address verification. So, welcome back to yours truly. Welcome back to yours truly, guys. I got mail. And you would not believe what I got in the mail. Oh gosh, guys. You wouldn't believe. Guys, welcome back home. Welcome home, guys. I have to come and say hi to this piece of land today, guys. I got mail. It's a surprise. Guys, this is the land I'm going to be building my house. Look at that. And we have some fruit trees nearby. Guys, I got news. I got mail. Listen. I open. Guys, I got mail. Well, I opened some already. Those are not the exciting news. I need to put down these on the ground. Guys, look at my mail. Guys. Guys, I got mail. Guys, my Google AdSense pin is here. Welcome, Google AdSense pin. Welcome to Tobago. I know it's your first time. Welcome to Tobago. Officially welcoming this beautiful pin. I know you want to hug me. Go ahead. Let me give you a chance. Hi, DKC. Guys, welcome to Tobago. I got mail today and I'm so excited. So I came to collect it by my auntie when my mail does get dropped off, and I decided to just come and say hi to you all from the land. Good. So basically, now that I have my pin, now I have to just wait to reach 100 US to get money. Right? And you see our address in green, guys. That's the color of the US dollar. Guys, I don't know, I just love to make a moment lighter. It's not that serious. Anyway, so I hope my Google monetization story and my explanation of Google AdSense allow you to better understand my excitement. And if you're from Tobago, why not? All right? If you want to start a YouTube channel, can reach out to me now. Let's do something together. Let's cook something together. Let's do a collaboration. All right? Soon I'm going to be charging for collaborations, you know. but are still small. So wink, wink. Get it while you have it. All right, I'm inviting you. If you want to just talk about starting YouTube, call me. My number is always in the description. All right. So big up Tobago. Big up Tobago boy or girl. Big up mommy. Tobago daddy. Big up Tobago young ones. Young ones real excited about starting YouTube, you know. Yes, my dearies. Olena from Tobago. And in this video, I am dedicating this information to the people of Tobago. Guys, in the beginning of my YouTube journey, I had no intention of getting monetized. I didn't even know about getting monetized. Okay, did I know about getting monetized? Anyway, getting monetized wasn't important. All right? So I really started off my journey just diving in, being excited about the process, definitely enjoying my content creation, enjoying how much being a YouTuber allowed me to explore more of Tobago and to share more of Tobago. And that, to me, was my biggest flex on YouTube. Talking about Tobago, like, why not? Yes. But, you know, as I went along in the journey, I believe I was becoming successful at creating good videos, telling good stories, and editing videos, improving in my editing skills. And that just made me fall more in love with being a YouTuber. Or we can include all networks, all social media platforms, all content creation, hosting platforms. Guys, we're talking about all of these, but my baby is YouTube. Listen, if you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel as yet, please subscribe, you know, like and share this video. One of the things about YouTube is how powerful a YouTube community can be. A creator is nothing, guys, I say nothing, without a strong community. So I'm inviting you, all of Tobago, to join me as we dive into YouTube as a place for generating revenue. All right? A place where you can market Tobago, sell your stories, tell your stories, and relive the dreams that many persons would want to enjoy. Guys, when you come to Tobago, that is when you will put ink in your pen to write them stories. Anyway, I always say that I'm living the Tobago dream. All right? Being born here is so amazing. All right? Living in Tobago is absolutely a privileged experience. All right? And there is so much to be enjoyed when you visit. Anyway, we're going back to the topic of this video. I don't know, I like to talk about Tobago. Anyway, so we're talking about content creation and being a YouTuber. All right? So, as I told you all, I just got into my content creation, creating great videos, telling my stories, and having a blast. All right? One of the things I would have done in order to increase the rate of my growth on YouTube, all right, is subscribe to platforms whose focus and purpose is growing small YouTube channels. Guys, you probably don't know, all right? But there are YouTube channels that are devoted to helping small or new content creators get a jump start. They stick with you until you get to your 1,000. Guys, the support across there is real, all right? And in this video, I will drop a link to some of the YouTube channels that really would stick with you when you begin your YouTube journey. Anyway, so I joined quite a few of these platforms. I will describe it as networking platforms because in those platforms you have the joy of connecting with influential YouTubers. You have the privilege of connecting with YouTubers who could just get big, but you were there with them from the beginning. All right? Because I'm telling you, on these streets, you don't know who you're going to meet. And you don't know who in your circle will blow up. All right? So, guys, yes. So, I really enjoyed being part of those groups and learning about YouTube with them. They shared so many tips and strategies, but the biggest assistance they were giving me was motivation to keep going. All right? And they were helping me to gain subscribers because since many YouTubers or many budding content creators are all trying to grow their channel, then it's like everybody just meeting up for the same reason, to get subscribers and to subscribe to others. All right. So it just is a perfect mix. So if you are going to start a YouTube channel, yes, and even if you're from Tobago, like why not? You should definitely consider joining YouTube channels that promote the growth of small YouTube channels. All right? Now, so in addition to the support of the international community, all right, I really wanted, my biggest desire was to tell a Tobago YouTube story. Now, I am not the first YouTuber from Tobago. All right. We have very successful YouTubers who have blown up in the past years. All right. Some have started, have given up. The journey, no matter where you're from, people are on different journeys, right? There are consumers, those who enjoy YouTube videos, and there are those who jump into content creation, recognizing, nah, this is not for me. And they went through the back door. All right? And it have some who jump in, created great content, and their circumstances change, and then they just put it down a little on the side. Maybe down the road, they may pick it back up. It has some who are just blowing up. All right? Right, bam. So I'm creating my videos and I'm getting excited. I'm enjoying the process. Making money is still not the focus. My mind not on the money. I'm about enjoying the journey and talking about Tobago and, just enjoying this new passion of mine. Okay? So, listen, guys, I really like YouTube. All right? Anyway, I like YouTube with all the challenges it comes in with. All right? We're going to sort those challenges out as we go. Yes, guys, my whole apartment where I live is like a whole studio. Every part of this space is dedicated to creating content. All right? Anyway, hint, hint. Don't overstress it and don't overthink it. All right? Your story is your story. It's as unique as you are. Anyway, so as I began to grow, one of the things I came to learn is that YouTube, when it comes to getting monetized, right? This is what sort of jolted me into thinking about getting monetized. So I would have met creators in our communities that were helping us to grow, all right, who were saying that they have a few months, or let's just say a month, to the deadline for them to get monetized. And they were still short of watch time hours. So let me go back. To get monetized, guys, you need 1,000 subscribers. All right. And you need 4,000 watch hours. So again, you need 1,000 subscribers to your YouTube channel, and you need 4,000 watch hours. Guys, some people make that in 1 day. Some people do it in 2, and some people, like me, did it in probably about 6 or 7 months. All right? Living on a small island and starting a YouTube channel has its challenges, but it's not a challenge that you want to just surrender to. All right? Our story is an amazing story, our Tobago story, and for that reason, why not take on the challenge? You know? Anyway, let me not get distracted. Yeah, so I was saying that you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. All right? And the content creators were saying that, no, the content creator was saying that she had, let's just say, a month towards her deadline to get monetized. A month to the deadline, that was my thought. All right? But then I recognize that you have a year to get this 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. It's not to say you could just dilly-dally and over 8 years, all your thing calculating and adding up. Guys, you have a time crunch. You have time limits. And that made me say to myself, since I felt very confident in what I was doing in terms of I was really doing good, I was getting comfortable with creating videos, enjoyed engaging with people, and it was me. I said, you know what? Since I already started off so strong, I don't want this year to just run away from me and then I have to start over if I ever decide to get monetized. So I said, you know what? I already start off. Let me just say I was like 3-4 months in. I said, okay, so that means I have 8 more months, and we're going to do this. Bam. So I start thinking about getting monetized now. And now I'm working, I'm creating videos, I'm enjoying the process. And now the idea of the deadline, and I wasn't sure when my deadline was. I knew when I started, but I said, okay, 12 months. So I have like about 8 more months in any case. The YouTube partnership program is not available in your current location, I started to be a little more assertive in my content creation. If this is a mistake, please update your location. Thinking about the story I'm sharing, these real live Tobago stories. And my channel kept growing. All right? Now, I had a problem. All right? And this was my problem. When I click, so when I go to the YouTube studio, so there are two YouTube apps. There is the general YouTube, and then when you become a creator, there is a YouTube studio. So when I download my YouTube studio, at the bottom, so you have all the other options on the bottom right. right? You would see a dollar sign. Good? Which means there's where you would go to know like how much money you're making or things of a income generating issue, right? So when I click on the dollar sign, this is what it says to me. Monetization is not available in your location. Monetization is not available in your location. Take a look at this. So, in a sense, it didn't really faze me because, as I said earlier, initially, generating an income wasn't my motivation. All right? Let me get this camera closer to me. All right. Yeah. Generating revenue wasn't my motivation. All right? And I just said, okay. All right. I just keep creating my content. Stay on track. Stay on your reason for starting. All right. As I interacted with the persons who were helping me grow my YouTube channel, those communities, those YouTube communities, every time the conversation of monetization comes up, I will say in those groups, in Tobago, we can't get monetized, but I am enjoying my content creation. I said that, I am sure I said that over 100 and more times on different YouTube platforms. In Tobago, we cannot get monetized. Now, one of the reasons so in addition to that message, which I showed you already, one of the things I recognized, which I didn't realize was happening, was that in some parts of the world, like the US, when somebody's video is playing, you would see the dollar sign, which means you can click on that dollar sign and you can like send a super chat, which is like a nice message to the content creator and some sort of monetary compensation that you volunteer to give. So let's say you super chat the creator $20, right? And you type a nice message that says, keep going, you're doing a good job. All right? So I wasn't seeing none of these things. I wasn't seeing no dollar sign. The only time I saw a dollar sign was in my studio. And then my studio telling me there's no monetization available in my location. All right. So I was like, I'm not even seeing any dollar sign on anybody else's video. And I've been looking at YouTube videos for years. I have not seen. There was one point in the past when I could recall seeing advertisements. But for the past like 8 years, I don't think I have been seeing any ads on anybody's videos. So when I sit down to look at any YouTuber, I'm looking from beginning to end, no advertisement. Me and see no dollar sign. I have never super chatted anybody. I have never sent a super sticker. I have never made any monetary contribution because on my end, I'm not even seeing that. So anyway, so as I'm interacting in those groups, I'm recognizing that persons are seeing a dollar sign on their screens. So I had them screenshot their screen to show me, and they're really seeing the dollar sign, and I am not seeing it. So that was another confirmation to me that you don't have no monetization in Trinidad. Well, I say in Tobago because I honestly never interacted with another content creator from Trinidad and Tobago. I don't know any YouTuber personally who I could have called and say, excuse me, XYZ, 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 are you monetized? All right. Anyway, so come to terms with it. I can't get monetized. DKC doing her thing, enjoying herself, creating her videos, having a mighty good time, and she going. Anyway, I did a little research on YouTube, looking for Trinidad and Tobago YouTubers to find out from them if they could get monetized. And there was one creator who said, yes, he's monetized. But then, to me, it still kind of wasn't making sense because I know I not seen ads and me and my message literally saying, there's no monetization in your location. So my mind tell me that that creator was probably living in the US at one point and they moved back to Trinidad and Tobago, and therefore they kind of seeing ads and how their phone registered, it's showing up that they could get monetized, but I not seeing that and I was never living in the US. So anyway, so understand? So guys, what do you all think about my hairstyle? Isn't it cute? Watch DKC, you could at least tuck in this plait here. What going on with you, girl? And even do some anyway. Yeah, so even though that creator in his video is who is from Trinidad and Tobago, said he was monetized, in my mind, I said he probably used some kind of US address or something. Anyway, so I keep on my lane, I doing my thing. I never meet no YouTuber in Tobago. Any of those YouTubers have seen, I have never come across them, like to say bounce up, to have a conversation. And I guess I never really put concerted effort, like reaching out to them on Instagram or anything. But I guess it's because monetization wasn't like a big focus for me, right? Anyway, so I continue doing my thing, as I said, right? Now, so I think it was when I honestly can't remember when I saw a change to that bill. I think it was when I reached 3,000. Now, when you reach 3,000 subscribers, YouTube allows you to join their partnership program, but in a what I would say in a partial way, right? So you benefit from having members join your channel. You benefit from being able to receive super chats from persons who want to send you a little contribution and that kind of stuff. But when it comes to the ads on your videos, you're not generating any revenue from any ads. All right, guys, watching ads is the best way to support content creators. Guys, I know that the people in Tobago, I don't benefit from them watching ads because they don't see ads. All right? The people from Jamaica don't see ads either. So I want all of Tobago to subscribe to my channel, but there isn't any financial gain. All right? But I still want to push for the Tobago people to be part of my community, all right, so that we can grow and learn and share together, and that you could possibly be motivated to consider content creation or even being a YouTuber, all right? Now, when I got to 3,000 subscribers, right, remember all the time, when I click on the $ in the YouTube studio, it's showing me that there is no monetization in your location. All right? When I hit 3,000, I see that screen change. And it's saying how I am now part of the YouTube partnership program. And I was like, I could get monetized. So then I recognized this thing I could actually, it's like, I said maybe YouTube probably changed the policy. I couldn't figure it out because I was so convinced it was impossible that, anyway. So, yeah. So your girl could not receive super chats. One of my girlfriends on YouTube sent me a $50. My auntie sent me, I think it was $1.99. We were just trying to test out if it really working. Guys, money come true. I seen it showing up on my dollar sign that I have money. Right? Now remember, you're not making any money from ads. So the only money you're making is if somebody love you enough or care enough or want to support your journey enough to send you something. All right? So after those two persons send me, nobody else ever did. All right? No, and that is not to make anybody feel bad. I'm just saying it was proof that I could have generated income through the super chats, right? So guys, if you want to super chat me, I appreciate it. All right. I have so much things to do that your support or coming on board and helping me fulfill those dreams of mine would mean a lot to me. I will not take it for granted. One of the things I intend to start doing this year is building my house. All right. And that story is going to be on YouTube. All right. So super chat me, right? Let them say I'm begging on YouTube. Yes, I'm begging. Guys, or they send me money. If you have any money you want to give me, send me. All right? I will not take your support of me for granted. All right? So bam. So when I reached 3,000, as I said earlier, I realized now I could get super chats and super stickers, and I said, okay, I could get members. I have one member right now. One. Guys, can you all join my membership? I would say membership is like, I would call it like a salary. All right? Now, if 40 people, right? If 40 people join my membership, all right? And that membership is where, let's say, for example, you pay $6.99 every month. Then it means every month, DKC will get 40 by 7. That's $280 US. It's like a salary. It's like once somebody joins your membership, they are committing to give you that every month, so that becomes like a salary, right? So let me just see. You fall sick, you couldn't create a video. The person's membership kind of helps to buffer even a rough day, all right? But there are benefits to joining the membership because we will do membership exclusive content where only the members would see, all right? You would also be privileged to be the first to see my videos. So you will see my videos while everybody is going to have to wait to see the video. Guys, we could do one-on-one chit chats, talk about hot topics, all right? All right, so I haven't really done any of those great ideas I have for my membership because I just have one member, and that one member is my relative. So she's very patient with me, all right, that I haven't really done anything and she's a member. But I think once I get to like 5 to 10 members, guys, we could do something nice, all right? Please consider joining my membership. All right? I would love you for it. All right? When you are a member, a star shows up by your name when you are commenting in my videos. You know, I get to recognize you because I'll notice when you comment, YouTube will ensure that I see your comments. All right? So please consider joining my membership. All right? Yes, so let me stop slouching. are getting comfortable because they know I'm a comfort zone. So I enjoyed knowing that I could receive the super chats and super stickers, but I kind of still wasn't convinced that it's like that was enough reason to convince me, but like I still was so stuck in we can't get monetized, and I said it so often that I just believed that. Anyway, so I kept going and going, but then something told me, Danielle, when you get to 4,000, you might actually get monetized, right? And I grow to want this so much, not for myself, just to show the Tobago people that yes, you could be from Tobago, born in Tobago, with a Trinidad and Tobago ID and no other citizenship connections, and you can get monetized on YouTube. So when I listen to celebrating about receiving my Google AdSense pin, it was just like, it's like it really worked. It's for real. Like that pin could come to Tobago, Anyway, so we're going to talk a little bit about what is the AdSense pin, right? Guys, I hope this video not going on and on and on, but stick with me. I hope you're enjoying the little vibe. Yeah. So I kept going, 3,200 and something watch hours. Remember, we aiming for 4,000, right? 3,580 something, 3,587, 3,589, 3,590, 3,592, 3,500, and I keep going, right? Putting out my videos, the support of persons who were watching my videos, and some persons were just really running my playlists to help me to build the watch hours. Guys, when I tell you support is real, support on this YouTube streets is real. If you feel you could do it alone, think twice. Trust and believe. Let me see if I could spice up back my lipstick. Yeah. Yes, guys. Pop it up. Oh, God, sorry for the noise on this styrofoam thing. Anyway. Have you seen this leaf? I went to Argyle waterfall on the road and I found this beautiful leaf. And I just so much enjoy the details of it and how imperfect it is, yet perfect. It sort of reminds me of myself, Perfectly imperfect, okay? Or imperfectly perfect. I don't know which one is the one. But they tell me in the comment section. Yeah. Let me see if I can show my leaf. Come on, leaf, don't hide. Yeah. Anyway, so where am I in the story? Right. So anyway, when I hit 4,000, guys, when I hit 4,000, I see the screen change. So before, you was actually seeing like the green, what do you call that? The green growing as fast as your watch hour was growing, it keep growing, and it's showing you the target is at the end, 4,000, right? So you keep growing towards the 4,000. Right? Now, When it hit 4,000, that whole screen changed. And it says you are now a part of the YouTube Partnership Program. Guys, I was like, what? But I'm telling all you, that whole excitement I was feeling, I tell all you, it had very little to do with me, you know. I just was happy to experience this for the people of Tobago. Now remember, I said I'm not the only Tobago YouTuber, but because as I said, because it was said to me in the app that there is no monetization in my location. I assumed everybody in Tobago who is on YouTube who get monetized have some kind of US connection, right? But I know I didn't have, like, I wasn't going down that road. All right. Anyway, so we oh gosh, guys, it's tired. I'm tired, you know. Tired, but I need to get this story out. I can't sleep. Anyway, so when the screen changed, you join the partnership program. There is where now that you are in the YouTube partnership program, when the ads play on your video, you generate money from persons watching the ads. All right. So you're not really making money from your video unless you have something in there where you are promoting something that you're selling, or you have some sort of marketing strategy where your videos become part of something that you're offering for sale. All right. But without that, what you are getting income from is from persons being exposed to the advertisements on YouTube. So when you watch the ads, that is where content creators get a little drop in the bucket. Guys, it's a literal drop in the bucket. Right? Let me expose my own self. I did Vlog We Must for all of December 2024. Guys, if you didn't check out my Vlog We Must videos, please check out those videos. It was a very enjoyable December. And for all of December, I made 17 US dollars. 17.04 US dollars. All right. So when I said I'm not complaining, I'm just saying that posting, I didn't post every day. Let's just say I posted out of the 30 days, I posted 24 days. About. All right. So I post 24 days, all of December. Some of my videos were 45 minutes long, 30 minutes long, different variations. And I made 17 US dollars. And that for me was part of the learning and understanding YouTube. So sometimes we think YouTubers are just out here making money. Guys, that's not the facts. You have to love what you do. All right? So you have to love what you do, and the rewards would come eventually. Because you can't have 1,000 subscribers. All right? Yes, you make the 4,000 watch hours, but even though you're now monetized, if people not looking at your videos having 80 views, 100 views, and let me tell you, if somebody click on your video and then they just click back off, it's recording as a viewer, So you see 200 views. How much of those viewers looked at your video? Even 10 minutes or 5 minutes? We would never really know. All right? But for persons to come across an ad, for you to get a little coin in the drum, drop this full bucket, all right? Or drop this full barrel, right? For you to get a little pittance from the ads, somebody had to be looking at your video. When the ad come up, they're not going and skip the ad. They're going to watch the ad. If they skip the ad, there's nothing to get. All right? So guys, please watch my ads. If you live in a territory where you see ads, I appreciate that it's a sacrifice for you to support me by looking at the ads. You mightn't be able to send me a super chat. You mightn't be able to send me a super sticker. But if you watch my ads, you give me some coins, and little by little, we're going to get there. All right? So I am not sure how much ads people watch in all of December that allowed me to get $17.04. All right? But, all right? You got to work. You got to like what you do. And because you're a small YouTuber, well, for the small YouTubers, just don't stress about it. You just keep being consistent and creating your videos, enjoying the process, enjoy the whole journey of it. And as you grow and you learn, you would eventually develop better strategies to generate income. All right? Guys, do you all think I should do some merch? Would you all support me if I do some merch? All right? When we talk about merch, we're talking about t-shirts. We're talking about hats, rags, towels, Tobago souvenirs, stuff. All right? Guys, what do you think? All right? We're talking about Tobago souvenirs, DKC souvenirs. I love to use the word amazing. So we may do some amazing stuff. All right? Amazing branded stuff. So what do you think? What do you think you would like to support me in doing in order to help to convert my platform to an income generating platform? All right? In terms of increasing income generating potential. All right? Yeah, so yeah. So as I mentioned, before you get monetized, right? The ads that are playing on your video, the income being generated from those ads belong to Google. All right? They don't belong to you. Yes, the ads are playing on your video, but because you have not met the threshold for monetization, there's no income being generated by you. All right? From Google directly. Notice, remember when you reach 3,000, you could get super chats and super stickers. Those come from your subscribers, not from Google. All right? So we're talking now about where the Google AdSense comes in now. So what is Google AdSense? All right? Now, so as I told you all, I made money in December. My $17.04 US dollars, right? And so that means I'm making money from ads. because during December, nobody sent a super chat, and I was able to see that for December, this is what was generated for December 2024. Good? So, yeah. So, so where does Google AdSense come into all of this? All right. So listen. All right. Now, you begin to generate money on YouTube. When you click on the dollar sign in your YouTube studio, you will be seeing that your money is growing. Now it's growing slow enough, but it's growing. We're not complaining. Anyway, you can get that money from YouTube only when it reaches 100 US dollars. So if you look on your account have 30 US, 35 US, 40 US, 50 US, the only time YouTube pays out is when it reaches 100. So if you reach 100 in one day, like 5 people send a super chat on $20 to each of them, and that reach $100, I could get paid at the end of the month. All right. But if the end of the month reach and you're below the 100, you still can't get paid until you reach 100. All right. I'm spilling the tea. So you're generating your income, the money going. We learn you can't get any money until you reach 100. But even if you reach 100, you still can't get the money until YouTube have verified your identity, right? Like get a copy of your ID card, get a copy of get information from you, like your address and all of that. And so they have to verify you by your own national ID, and they have to verify your address, that you're really living where you say you're living. So if I put that I live in, so if like how I thought that the YouTubers from Tobago had American addresses, all right? And I just make up an American address and say, okay, I'll put, I will look up on Google and look for a street in Texas and put that. How YouTube verifying that you live there? So what they do is after you start the process of verification, they verify your identity, you send your ID card, upload it to the system, everything going good. Then you put in your address. You have to wait for YouTube to verify your address. So this is what they do to verify your address. All right. So they have a PIN. So the verification will be complete when they send you mail that has a PIN. When you receive the PIN, you will put that PIN into the computer. So guys, so I put my Tobago address. All right. And there is still this feeling that it had no way. If I put in a Tobago address, I wouldn't get through. So my plan was, I will put in my Tobago address, and if I don't get through, I will ask my auntie who lives in the US to use her address. That was my plan, right? Guys, that was my plan. So I put in my Tobago address and everything, and they said, okay, you could expect mail. I can't remember how long they said I would have to wait, but there was this gut feeling that I think it wasn't going to work out. And after a little while, It's like it didn't have nothing income. My auntie ain't calling and telling me some mail reach. So I just, in my mind thinking, let me just wait when the year roll over. I could probably try to go back on the computer and figure it out. Oh yeah. Hello. My Tobago address was recognized by Google. So if you're from Tobago and you're wondering if Tobagonians could get monetized, the answer is yes. I am fully monetized. Okay. So my Google AdSense pin is the Google AdSense pin is a pin that is generated by Google, which is mailed, all right, mailed and delivered to the address that you have indicated. And when that mail gets to that address and you receive the mail, you can get the pin to put in to complete the address verification. So guys, it's not like if YouTube can send money for me or anything that I was carrying on and celebrating like if, I don't know, this thing is like $1 million. I was just celebrating for Tobago, guys. I was just celebrating because now, through my sharing my story, we all know that living in Tobago, you can get monetized. You can use your Tobago address. You don't need any American address. There was one point in the process where they asked, gosh, I wonder if I had to, they asked, what is your, was it region or country? There was one step before they asked for your address, but it's like they wanted to know what was like your location. And in the options they gave, let's just say there was 25 options. Trinidad and Tobago was not on the option list. All right. So when you get to that point, that might raise a little concerns because Trinidad and Tobago is not on that list. But I said to myself, I am closest to the United States in terms of my geographical location. And I tell myself, we are in the Americas. I even convinced myself because when you're looking at Miss Universe, right? That is called Miss Trinidad and Tobago when they're calling out the Americas. We are living in the Americas. The Caribbean region is kind of connected to North and South America, North, South, and Central America. We kind of in that whole pocket there. So I said, okay, I'll just choose America, the US. So I chose US because all the other countries, I don't know why I would ever choose any of them, right? So the point is you have to choose one. You have to choose one. And since you have to choose one, it's common sense that you would choose the United States. Good? You wouldn't choose Switzerland or New Zealand or Belize. I can't remember the country names. I just call them random names. But it don't make sense to choose any of them there. All right? So I just chose the US. And then when I went to the next page, they asked for the address. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, I put US, but I don't have no US address. I said, anyway, let me just put my Trinidad and Tobago address. And I put in my address, Calder Hall, Scarborough, Tobago. Bam. So my celebration about receiving my pin was like, it actually worked. Guys, so now that I have verified my address, so Google has verified my address, right? I think I had 4 months. Is it 4 months? 4 months to put that pin in. So if I didn't get that envelope or that mail in 4 months, I would have stopped getting ads on my videos. All right. So if I didn't get the mail, I didn't get the pin, and to put the pin in, I would have stopped getting videos after 4 months. Good. So basically, now that I have my pin, now I have to just wait to reach 100 US to get money. Right? And you see our dress in green, guys? That's the color of the US dollar. Guys, I don't know, I just love to make a moment lighter. It's not that serious. Anyway, so I hope my Google monetization story and my explanation of Google AdSense allow you to better understand my excitement. And if you're from Tobago, why not? All right. If you want to start a YouTube channel, can reach out to me now. Let's do something together. Let's cook something together. Let's do a collaboration. All right. Soon I'm gonna be charging for collaborations, but are still small. So wink, wink. Get it while you have it. All right. I'm inviting you. If you want to just talk about starting YouTube, call me. My number is always in the description. All right. So big up Tobago. Big up Tobago boy or girl. Big up mommy. Tobago daddy. Big up Tobago young ones. Young ones real excited about starting YouTube. To the young ones, they're a vibe. But please ensure they're focusing on all their school work. Right? But I would say the earlier you start, the better. The point is, getting subscribers takes time. And if you start now just to grow your channel, to grow your number of subscribers, letting your friends subscribe to you, by the time you're really ready to start, you may start off with 500 subscribers, and then you have just 500 more to reach the 1,000. Good? But remember, the watch hours is important. You need people to watch your videos, so you need to create good videos that people want to see. Guys, thank you all for supporting me. That was kind of rhyming. Yeah, so tell me, what do they want to see from me? How do you all think I can further generate revenue on this platform? Would you all like me to arrange Tobago vacation packages? All right. Would you all like me to do merch? Would you all like me to do fun Tobago one-day trips where you could come? Would you all like me to do content creation bus tours where content creators from Trinidad and Tobago just come to Tobago under my care and we just tour and create content all day? Yeah, let's do that. Let's create some content creation super days where we just max out the day creating all kind of content, shorts, long videos, interviews, just great, amazing collabos, vibes, cooking, right? And one of the things, I am supposed to start constructing my home this year, all right? And one of the things I want to do in that house is create a YouTube studio hub for content creators. All right. What do you all think about that idea? All right. Let's create a YouTube studio hub for young content creators where they can come and film their podcast or come and film a great video with nice backdrop, and you may not have a good recording device, but you could get one in the studio. You could get advice on how to set up your studio space. Advice on what are good devices to use. I think it's going to be a good space for Tobago. What you all think? All right. So tell me what you think in the comment section about the idea. Is that something you would like me to do? All right. That would be amazing. All right. So let's keep this conversation going. And we are going to drop another amazing video soon. Come here, come. All right. Come, let we go. Let we go to Tobago. That paradise from back Robinson Crusoe. And it is said it's the land of tomorrow. Yours truly, DKC, say, start your YouTube. Finish that song for me in the comment section. Start your YouTube today, okay? Start your YouTube journey today. Wink, wink. All right. So I'll see you in my next amazing video. Bye, Tobago. Bye, world. Bye, everybody. Please join my membership. Please send me super chats. Please continue to support me and watch my ads, please. All right. Share my videos to your friends. Even if it's just one friend every video, send it and ask them to subscribe. Take your friend's phone and subscribe for them. Take your parents' phone and subscribe for them. Tell them first do, all right? Do it the right way. So I'll see you in my next amazing video. Bye. I enjoyed this sit down with you all. Yours truly, DKC. Road to 5,000. Yours truly.